I don't have a massive hard-on for Left 4 Dead. It's good, and I get why people love it, but give me Vermintide 2 any day. So when I heard about Back 4 Blood and its card system, I was not arsed in the slightest. But having played it on Game Pass, I've quite enjoyed it, but it does have some really stupid design decisions in there. So it's a zombie apocalypse and you play a bunch of survivors trying to hold back the horde and help survivors out. The plot is as simple as it needs to be. There's some nice looking cutscenes that connects the acts together and the cast of characters is pretty diverse. My racism alarm started ringing pretty quickly though when I noticed the black man's signature weapon was a Glock. In a beta where the zombies were dropping M-bombs as well, I reckon there's some clan members at Turtle Rock. Structurally, Back 4 Blood is like Left 4 Dead. You have 4 acts made up of 33 levels where you go from point A to B with different objectives in between. And the variety is pretty good. You get basic stuff like defend this point from the horde, but there are also some really good set pieces like tense chases, boss fights and desperate last stands. That variety doesn't come across in the game's environments though. Whilst there is a really good atmosphere to them, especially when you're in the dark or fog, you do go through a lot of the same areas and levels, which is a bit poo. But wait, variety is coming around again to give us a swift roundhouse to the jaw in form of the game's card system. Like I said, I groaned when I initially heard about this, but it's the game's best feature, I think. As you play through the game, you unlock supply points to be used to buy cards, which give all sorts of bonuses from simple stuff like more health to healing teammates when you get knocked down, and you can draw one at the start of each round, and by the end of the run you have so many in play it changes the dynamic massively. The enemies also get these bonuses in the form of corruption cards. These are also drawn each round and can add things like armor to special zombies. This is where the game's balancing comes into question. Weapon pickups are randomized, so sometimes you can find amazing guns and attachments for them pretty early. Annoyingly, if you find a new better gun you can't transfer those attachments to the new one, which is stupid. Obviously other times you just find trash, whilst the enemies are getting great cards each round, and for God's sake don't try and do veteran on your first playthrough, you won't stand a chance. You clearly need a load of well optimised cards before you even think about tackling that. I mean, I struggled sometimes on recruit with friends, so yeah, teamwork and sorting yours and your team's cards is essential. The build possibilities are really impressive though, as each character has their own skills as well as the cards. It's hard to tell right now if there are some that will just break the game, but yeah, top stuff, nice layer of strategy. The hordes aren't as massive as in Left 4 Dead, but definitely as deadly, maybe even more so. You get special infected too, and they aren't very intimidating sadly. The game spawns too many of them sometimes in impossible locations where they simply can't get to, so they just materialise instead. And they aren't that hard to take down. I'm already sick of the sight of those plebs with the tumour arms and the fat lads that explode. Annoyingly, there are also no audio cues for these, unlike Left 4 Dead, so sometimes the game thinks it's funny to spawn a load behind you in an area you just cleared out to ruin your day. The shooting works fine, it has a decent variety of weapons and they all sound good, though the aim assist on console is ridiculous. It's almost like having a crap aimbot. Sometimes you will aim at a zombie you want to shoot and the game will be like, don't worry mate, I've got you, let's aim at that zombie to the right of you instead. Graphically it's very nice, like I said the atmosphere is great when you're in the dark thanks to great lighting, and the amount of blood, body parts and bodily fluids that go flying is pretty impressive. It runs well on the Series S and people have mentioned how well optimised it is on PC. To end, I really think this game is perfect for Game Pass, but let's be real, most people will play through the campaign once with their friends and move on, and I totally recommend it for that. For 50 quid though, nah. Campaign can be done in about 8 to 10 hours, and whilst the cards add a lot of variety, it's not enough for 50 of your pounds. It's good fun, but it's a pump and dump game is what I'm saying.
I'm such a mess, I'm lost, I'm no good at this. I'm in love, still in love, still in love with you. Hard as I try, I can't even drink this pain away. Memories of you, twisting my view. I've been a fool.